Welcome to Success Decoded. Experience is a master teacher even when it's not your own. That's what we believe in. A podcast about startup, entrepreneurship experiences, and loads of learnings from the best entrepreneurs and investors from all across the globe. I am Balaji Rao, your host. Come join this revolution by Startup Monk and learn things that will help you for life.
To drop the value bombs, today I have got Karan, who is co-founder at Parallel Connect. He is a 22-year-old entrepreneur. Welcome, Karan. Welcome to Success Decoded.
Hi Balaji, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Okay, that's a great thing. The Startup Monks, I have gone through some of the previous your podcast. Startup Monk is taking a great initiative by giving a value from these podcasts, how entrepreneurs are doing a lot of things and their values, how they can transform it.
Cool. So, what exactly do you do at Parallel Connect? And you take pride to say that you are revolutionizing Industry 4.0. So, how are you doing at Parallel Connect, Karan?
My name is Karan Thapliyal. I'm a CEO and co-founder at Parallel Connect. So the things is like before this journey, I have started my journey in 2016, where I have some lot of things connecting with the IIT, and down there I am starting with my sales channels, where I things like this key how to get into a distribution channels of things. And after that, I get my first word where in IIT Turkey, I get my first word that entrepreneurship is something that have to be there, where you can elaborate many of things, where you can do many of things. So in back in 2017, in my college in Uttarakhand, I started entrepreneurship. In that, we have participated with IIT Bombay in National Entrepreneurship Challenge and win second runner-up position in there in 2017, and got recognized by IIT Bombay. So this journey come through that now it's a challenge after ESL entrepreneurship, after learning a lot of things in entrepreneurship. It's a journey comes end of like this key. Let's open up my startup. But opening a startup is not a gameplay right now. But in the startup bubble, everybody think like this key. Let's open something by your own. But you have to give some more of willpower that you are going to. So first you have to get on the research facts and many things that you have to learn. So, and moreover, the things are like my position that performs me like a CEO. So CEO have a lot of things, like everything, executions to operations, lot of things. But I come up with a part like this key. I have a lot of things to do, but the CEO performs seems like it can do execute, but you have to focus on many things. Like first of all, you have to focus on cash flow. That if you run out of money, then you have no business to operate. It's your job to manage revenue, expenses, external financials to maintain the constant growth for the businesses. Mm-hmm. And then the second part is like team building. I have read somewhere like it's a great quote. Without a right captain leading a ship, there is always a little chance you will continue traveling in the right direction. So it's my continuous job to find the right people at the right place. Okay, it's my continuous job. Like I have to question myself, is I have to do something more reconnections, like I have to find someone else, कोई और नया ढूंढना पड़ेगा उस पोजीशन के लिए, या फिर वही बंदा ठीक है अभी. So it's my continuous job to find something like this. So continuous finding a right person for a team fit is a difficult activity, but it will pay off exponentially at latest time. कि भाई okay चले कोई बात नहीं, it will pay. Like sometimes you find wrong person on the wrong place, but sometimes you feel like this कि कोई बात नहीं, you have learned something because such startup. You never lead a team in your previous years. You just a guy comes out from college and understand that this is a startup. So you have to understand that कि कोई बात नहीं चलेगा. You have learned something. Okay, so there are much more bigger tasks like relationship management, because you are new in this industry. Whatever sector or industry you have chosen, you are new in it. Okay, so you have to build and maintain a strong brand, both personally. You have to focus on your personal brands to that you, as Karan Thapliyal or a co-founder, you will stand in the market and perform like this. Ki, hi, you are the founder and the co-founder of that company that performs well. So both personal and maintaining the brand of both personal and company too. So it's another big task to manage the relationship down there. There are a lot of activities that you easily can neglect, but neglect करने से कुछ नहीं होगा, because it's gonna increase the, because whenever you get into a market and build a relationship, it will increase the credibility about your company, and sharing vision with the upcoming clients or existing clients and industry leaders. Tell them about your visions and company values. They will initiate like this, okay, तुम कुछ अच्छा कर रहे हो, तुम्हारी वैल्यूज सही है, तुम अच्छा स्टैंडर्ड मेक करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, तो लोग तुमको प्रेस करेंगे हमेशा तुम्हारे साथ, और रिलेशनशिप बनाने के बहुत फायदे होते हैं फ्यूचर में, लेकिन अभी नहीं होंगे, लेकिन धीरे धीरे ऑब्वियसली आप न्यू हो सेक्टर के अंदर, इंडस्ट्री के अंदर, तो आपको रिलेशनशिप्स के ऊपर फोकस करना पड़ता है. उसके बाद आपको और भी चीजें होती है, जैसे कॉर्पोरेट डेवलपमेंट्स में आपको ये होता है कि यू हैव टू हेड टू डाउन वर्क ऑन द प्रोडक्ट्स के साथ साथ. आप जब प्रोडक्ट के साथ काम कर रहे होते हैं, हेड टू डाउन कि यार मैं प्रोडक्ट में काम कर रहा हूँ, टीम के साथ काम कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन देयर आर थिंग्स लाइक दिस कि यू कांट फॉरगेट टू मैनेज योर कंपनी face value in the market, in the industry that you are right now working on, in the sector right now you are working on. So you have to go out, build some relationship with leaders, with experts, with companies who are same in the space, so that you can integrate some of your features, so that sometimes you in a startup you don't have lot of features, but some of the features are already existing in the market, so you integrate with them. So it's a corporate relationship you have to continuously manage. So CEO job is a totally big job, like from totally zero down to everything, you can say, like corporate relationship, cash flow management, relationship management, and team. Even you have to work on the product visions too. Sometime like this, ki if sometime you and your existing vendor, your existing client say like this, ki I need this feature, but that time you have to think about like this, ki right now you are working on your beta products, you can't add new feature to it, because it will because your team is totally take an initiative, they are working day and night hard, you can't delete the whole thing and work on next part. So you have to work and wait, that is it, first work on that what you are working on. So you have to accountable for your actions too in that some of the parts, if you can understand that thing.
Cool.
And
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
then if we talk about like how we are revolutionizing the industry, Palagonite, I will say that Palagonite is a 1-year-old startup. We are totally having recommendation in 2019, and the significant of our competitor lines, the enjoying the technology of Industry 4.0 like AI, cyber physical systems, big data analysis. These are the big words I can say, but the things are like, the big word doesn't signify the things, but you have to first understand that the technology that you are disrupting, technology that you are going to use, is it really going to use it in a favor of the existing human being, or that you have to sometimes you have to balance the things too, that कि आपको ज़्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी ना कर दो, क्योंकि ह्यूमन बिहेवियर है, बहुत सारी चीज़ें समझ नहीं आती है. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ गैप फ्लोज लाइक दिस कि आपको इमोशनल एक्सपर्ट्स के ऊपर फोकस करना पड़ेगा, एंड बिहेवियर एक्सपर्ट्स के ऊपर फोकस करना पड़ेगा कि क्या हम जो भी चीज़ बना रहे हैं टेक्नोलॉजी वाइज हो या फिर यूजर इंटरफेस के वाइज हो, वो कोई भी बंदा यूज कर सके. एक 7-year-old चाइल्ड यूज कर सके और एक 70-year-old ओल्ड मैन यूज कर सके, तो आपको बहुत फोकस करना पड़ता है. तो जो हम पैलेगनेट में फोकस करते हैं, तो हम एक यूजर इंटरफेस की तरफ फोकस करते हैं जो एक्सपीरियंस बाय एम्प्लॉयड ऑफ डेटा ड्राइवन मॉडल्स का वर्कआउट करता है. बट आई विल ऑलवेज थैंकफुल टू माय लीडर्स दैट वी आर वर्किंग विद देम फ्रॉम लास्ट कपल ऑफ मंथ्स, दैट कि हमने उनके साथ मिलकर समझा कि एग्जैक्टली इंडस्ट्री को चाहिए क्या. हमने फैक्ट्स के ऊपर काम किया, रिसर्च करी, मल्टीपल लिंग्वेज के ऊपर काम किया कि हाउ द इंडस्ट्री इज लैकिंग. तो दैट आई कैन डेफिनेटली say that, proudly say that कि Palagonite is working in a fine way and fine direction.
Cool. That's a lot of things to say, and you have been managing a ton of things to see like that. And apart from that,
The founders jobs is like when you are a startup, you don't own a company. Okay, in one of your 1 to 2 to 4 years, you will manage a lot of things because you have to stick with your vision. You have to stick with the values that you are definitely, because every value that you are trying to develop here, because in life, because it will, is it going to क्या कह सकते हैं उसको कि is it going to move in every corner of the company, because every person who is working with you or every person who is not even working with you get that value. Like Apple, Tesla, we get fascinated. We not even get that phone. We don't even buy that phone. We don't even buy that car, but we fascinated with their values that they are driving in the industry. So you have to be more focused. That are you trying to do the correct thing or not?
Exactly.
That's my main purpose is.
So the situation in the market is very hot and clumsy, and a lot of things are happening due to the pandemic. So in the present pandemic situation, how are these conditions going to alter the situations for startups and businesses, both at the operations side as well as the cash flow management, and a lot of things that founders and startups should focus on?
It's a big question, even it's a big question, plus I'm not that expert because I'm also a founder of a startup who is just 1 year old. So I can't give a lot of thoughts on that part, but I can enlighten some of the thoughts that I have gone through, because I have sit with lot of conversations online, and industry leaders are talking about a lot of things, and there are a lot of conversations online right now working on it. And I just listening to your story just half an hour before your story. Kunal and Shadar were talking about things on COVID too, that what should the entrepreneur do. So the things are like, it's a once in a while general crisis, I can say. Basically, it's both humanitarian and economical crisis. And I don't think कि anyone is smart enough right now कि take and tell you about this कि this is the bottom line, यहाँ पे खत्म हो जाएगा, या इतना ही लॉस होगा, या इतना ही प्रॉफिट होगा, या कितने क्वार्टर तक लॉस होगा, क्या क्या होगा. मैं इतना बड़ा एक्सपर्ट नहीं हूँ, ना ही इस वर्ल्ड के अंदर कोई एक्सपर्ट है कि वो सारी चीजें कंक्लूड करके आपको फिगर्स और फैक्ट्स बता सके कि हाँ ये हो जाएगा. बट वन थिंग इज वी शुड रिएक्ट नाउ. मतलब हमारे जैसे स्टार्टअप्स को हमें अभी रिएक्ट करना चाहिए, मेक टफ चॉइसेस कि because there are a lot of choices we have to choose before this situation. हमारा बहुत सारा कैश फ्लो होता है, हम बहुत सारे एक्टिविटीज, सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग, बहुत सारी चीजें करने वाले होते हैं. बट राइट नाउ द कैश फ्लो वी हैव टू सेव इट फॉर मच मोर अदर थिंग्स टू. हमको और भी चीजें करनी है, अब उसके लिए हमें कैश फ्लो सेव करके रखना पड़ेगा. तो राइट, वी शुड थिंक आउट लाइक दिस कि अगर हमारा रेवेन्यू जीरो हो जाए तो if revenue got zero, और हमारा रेवेन्यू 60% ड्रॉप हो जाए, लाइक सर्विस चल रही है, ई कॉमर्स सर्विस चल रही है, कोई भी स्टार्टअप चल रहा है, उसका रेवेन्यू 60% ड्रॉप हो जाए तो फिर क्या होगा. तो हमें अभी से ही सोच लेना चाहिए कि अगर हमारा रेवेन्यू जीरो हो जाएगा तो हमें क्या क्या सिचुएशन के ऊपर टैकल डाउन करना. बिकॉज एज अ स्टार्टअप यू हैव नॉट ओनली टेकन लॉट ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयज दे आर वर्किंग. Feel like this every time, just go, because maybe some of your employees are important for you because you are still sitting on a developing phase. You're working on your product. So there are a lot of ways. So but it doesn't mean that we should completely stop innovating. It's a time to rethink, find new solutions. Rethink करना चाहिए, find new solutions करना चाहिए. So that important is for not to paralyze but to act on every situation that we have. Okay, but the thing, I have even sit with lot of COVID-19 situations where venture capitalists are talking about like this ki, if nobody is going to give a new funds to many startups, so the situation is totally tight. But the many venture capitalists are focusing on that ki, whoever the startups in their portfolio are, they going to reconnect with the CEOs and founders and understand the problems they are facing right now. And if even the founders and CEOs can say that sir मुझे ये problems आ रही हैं, मुझे इन funds की आपकी ज़रूरत. तो right now the main part is like the portfolio holders, main part is like उनको help करना, ना कि नई funding देना. क्योंकि अभी तो जो नई फंडिंग मिलने वाली है उनका तो कोई भी एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं है, उनको अभी तक मार्केट में उतरे नहीं है. लेकिन जो पहले से ही फेस ऑफ कर रहे हैं तो उनको अपनी जॉब्स को सेव करना है, उनको अपनी एम्प्लॉयज को सेव करना है, तो मेन उनका लेवल अप होता है कि हाउ दे गोइंग टू। तो और लेकिन जो अभी एग्जिस्टिंग में है उनको अपनी सिचुएशंस के बारे में समझना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आपके वैल्यूज फिक्स हैं। अगर आप एक स्टार्टअप रन कर रहे हो तो आपके एक वैल्यूज बिल्कुल फिक्स है कि मेरे को इतना वैल्यू बर्न करना है, जो फिक्स्ड है। मेरे पास 25 एम्प्लॉयज है, मेरे 25 एम्प्लॉयज की सैलरी फिक्स्ड है। अगर आप बनाओ ना बनाओ, फिक्स्ड बर्न है, तो आपको कुछ टफ चॉइसेस देनी पड़ेंगी। मे बी यू हैव टू फायर समवन, मे बी। लेकिन वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियो क्या होगा, वो बंदा भी कहाँ जाएगा? ही गोना एंड अप विद देयर फैमिली अगेन स्टार्ट विद अ जीरो। नॉट अ बिग थिंग राइट नाउ। सबको अंडरस्टैंड करना पड़ेगा कि यहाँ पे बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो कंट्रोल नहीं हो सकती है, बट हमें कंट्रोल करनी पड़ेगी। वी हैव टू कंट्रोल। तो डिफरेंट चॉइसेस, लेकिन समटाइम वी हैव टू मेक अ चॉइसेस. And I will say one last thing in this one. I have sitting with lot of conversations, and when someone say that this is not us alone. There is everyone down there. Everyone. So the founders is work like a barometer of optimization in their own organization. उनको लोगों को hope देनी चाहिए कि no, there is no fear. Hope is a big shit. You can cover every fear if you have hope. So you have to be like a barometer of optimization. Okay. So even Balaji, there are a lot of startup founders that we are running from last 1 year. I have faced a lot of up and downs, a lot of turn downs. Many founders have, if they are more experienced, they have faced a lot of turn downs, lot of ups and downs. They have seen ups, they have seen downs. So it's another phase for them. They're gonna bring up their learning right now. See what they have learned from last down, what they have learned from last turn down. So this is also a test, we can say. So startup founders have a lot of learning, but new founders maybe have not that, but they can rethink, re-innovate their products. It's the right time, because every crisis brings lot of innovations. Exactly. Like 2008 crisis bring Uber, existable. तो lot of innovations are coming up, because अब मार्केट स्कोप अप हो गया है, पैसा नहीं होगा तो बहुत सारे ऐसे स्टार्टअप आएंगे जो चीज़ों को सिंक आउट करेंगे, कम पैसे में बहुत सारी वैल्यू डिलीवर करने की कोशिश करेंगे, बहुत सारे सोल्यूशन एक साथ पैक बना के बेचेंगे, वन केस सिनेरियो सोल्यूशन बन के बेचेंगे कि एक ही पैक के अंदर सारे रिजल्ट्स को हम ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स गोइंग टू बी अबाउट. That's the thing from my side.
So, Karan, can you tell me more about your startup, which is Parallel Connect?
Parallel Connect. Okay, definitely I will. Just a sec. So, Parallel Connect is a techno management company. That's all. Okay, that's my main agenda of like this a techno management company. It's a techno management startup, I can say. It drives revolutionizing among the industries with a core focus on hospitality industry by employing the technology 4.0. So the industry but our main pillars that we have already driven like this, the main pillars that we are focusing on that disruptive technologies, strategical model innovation, and value chain. That's our three pillars that we have totally focused on. Disruptive technologies are things that the technology that are going to disrupt the IoT, AI, cyber-physical systems. So the technology that we are going to use every point of view, like right now we are focusing on hospitality, but the vision of the Parallel Connect is to figure out disrupt the different industries, not only hospitality, but our upcoming plans are like smart living to disrupt the real estate market, disrupt the health industry, disrupt the education industry, but one by one. First, understand it. So, strategical model innovation is like there are 500 Fortune companies that you can see. Both sides, that one of them is Yahoo. But Yahoo has changed their business model 25 times. We can also call that it is adaptation. But when you change a lot of business model and doesn't get into like a right phase कि अब करना क्या है तो आप exactly fail हो जाते हो. So strategical model innovation is like this कि what exactly market needs or demands. You have to be like that. But parallelly, फर्स्ट यू हैव टू एग्जिस्टेबल मॉडल को आप 1 मिनट में हटा नहीं सकते. जो एग्जिस्टिंग मॉडल है उसको रन बाय करते रहो. पैरेलली एक मॉडल चलाओ, स्ट्रैटेजिकल मॉडल इनोवेशन, जो पैरेलली चलेगा इनोवेशन. लेकिन आपको जब रिजल्ट ऑप्टिमाइज हो जाएंगे तो हम उस मॉडल को, जो एग्जिस्टिंग मॉडल है, उसको निकाल देंगे और इस मॉडल को इम्प्लीमेंट कर देंगे फुल फ्लेज पे. एंड वैल्यू चेन इज ऑल अबाउट हाउ the ecosystems work around. Like I will throw you a small example. Like right now in hospitality industry, from hospitality industry, I will give a throw example. If you ever gone to Nainital, it's a place in Uttarakhand. Okay, so there is a lake. The lake is called Naini Lake. Okay, so Naini Lake is the hotels are around the Naini Lake. Okay, so every person come down there in Nainital, sees the lake, and enjoys and get into a boat and enjoys for some time with their couples. Couples come up down there mostly. But if that lake doesn't exist in some of after, then what you gonna do? The business got down. Correct?
Exactly.
Business got down because that is the main attraction point. So value change understands us, the business people. We have to preserve the things, the natural things too. Preserves the ecosystem, the business ecosystem that we are working in it. So that's the main scenario. If you don't preserve the ecosystem that you're working in it, you will definitely lose your company, lose your business somehow. So, but again, in hotels we have 3 pillars too. And because hotel industry is also a mess industry. You can't say like this, we can solve everything. So there are n number of challenges hotels around the globe in hospital industry. So, but solutions lies in building solution with hoteliers, not around the hoteliers. I can say it's a right word, around the hoteliers, so that you will work with hoteliers and with the experts, with the key players, and understand what are the challenges in the hospitality. What are the right now challenges in the hospitality? What are the upcoming phase in hospitality? How it's going to transform? First, understand it in the deeper vision. Don't make anything like मैं आज एक प्रोडक्ट बना देता हूँ और मैं कहता हूँ सर ये लगा दो आप, ये सही रहेगा. Is you ever confirm with the experts? You ever confirm with the expert कि is it going to be existable? क्या वो उनकी प्रॉब्लम है भी कि नहीं है? Did you get on the facts or research? Did you get on the grounds? Ask your end user, is it workable or not? Not functionality wise, because functionality wise you can deliver many things. But क्या वो चल भी रहा है कि नहीं? ऐसे तो functionality wise सब बहुत सारे startups हैं, लेकिन बहुत सारे startups recognize नहीं हो पाते, चल नहीं पाते. 99% fall ratio है. So there are a lot of things. In hospitality again we have formed 3 initial parameters, you can say, even pillars too, that hotel operations, guest experience, and marketing presence. In hotel operations we understand that how hotel are going to work, what are the daily tasks they will allowed. And guest experience is not, because hotel in right now the hospital industry, many hoteliers think like this hotel is all about room. But when you sit with the key players, the experts, they will tell you that hotel is not about room. Hotel is all about experience. They are not selling room, they are selling experience, because they are going to deliver you a lot of things, lot of things. And even the marketing presence is one of the things, because if you right now in the age of digital, if you don't make your business marketable, presentable, then zero. Another zero, you will fall. So you have to your market things. Is my value, is my vision, is my hotel is showing what I want to show or not? Because maybe there are a lot of flaws. You have to focus on these 2.
Exactly.
I would say that. Yeah.
Cool. So we have spoken a lot of things regarding how it should be and what exactly the scenarios are and all of those things. So how Parallel Connect's solutions are differentiating from the existing tools and solutions in the hospitality sector? What's the USP and what exactly are you working on as a differentiating factor?
Okay, that's another big question, because ये बहुत बड़ा solution है. Right now we are working on a product called Corex. Okay, but it's some of the features are still in the ideation phase, and some of we have put it some beta in some of the areas, and some of we are working with lot of expert. I already told you about it. But it's the hospitality industry in the country right now in the country is lag behind, not just in the terms of technology, but another aspect of metrics of travel and tourism too. There are a lot of aspects that we are right now lacking. Like I have already told you that the marketing presence, the guest experience, because OTA right now things like this कि होटल ही तो है, OTA पे डाल दो, ठीक है. OTA is like आपका booking.com, make my trip. Okay, in layman language I can say it's like this. So people whoever list their hotels and think like this, we will get the business from there. But the big key players, they doesn't depend on a dependency. They depend on their own teams. They work hard so that they can build a brand after some years. But the hotelier, but the businessman, the owners, they don't think like this. They don't think like this कि there's a room, they have to हमको उसको चढ़ाना है. ओके, चढ़ाने पे फोकस होता है, ना कि एक्सपीरियंस बिल्ड करने पे और नेक्स्ट बारी उसी कस्टमर को रेकरिंग बनाने में. दैट्स द मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन ब्रांड्स एंड द नॉर्मल होटलियर, if you can understand it. But the guest experience is very limited. I will say that the guest experience is very limited in the country, and where we now as an industry with the innovation driving technology, more of the convention approach the hotel operations required undefined to close to 30 different modules. I will say like there are. This is too much a big shit for people, many people. But I will say like this: there are a lot of things. Like there are channel managers in hotels. There are CRMs in hotels. There are PMS in hotels. There are a lot of things in hotels. But there are a lot of modules in hotels. Like your phone contains a lot of modules, like lot of options, like lot of apps, lot of functionality. Are you using it or not? That's the main question. आपने बहुत सारे फंक्शंस को खोला ही नहीं होगा अपने फोन के अंदर. खोला है कभी? नहीं खोला. बस आपने क्योंकि फोन मिला है तो रखा हुआ है. इट्स वर्किंग फाइन लाइक दिस. लाइक मेरा फोन है OnePlus, मैंने बहुत सारी फंक्शनलिटी इसके अंदर यूज नहीं करी है, जैसे एक नॉर्मल बंदा यूज नहीं करता है. वैसे ही होटल्स के पास भी बहुत सारी टेक्नोलॉजी है, लेकिन दे डोंट नो बिकॉज दे आर नॉट द टेक्नोलॉजी दैट इज नॉट यूजर फ्रेंडली. That is not connecting to a human. Like every day, whenever he comes to a desk, he feels bored. So that interface is not that attractive that he want to work around it. He want to play around it. If you love photography, you will open your camera, do a lot of stuff, learn a lot of scopes, learn this angles. But in hospitality, there are a lot of technology there, but people don't want to work around it. If people who are using it daily basis, don't want to work daily around it, why will they love it? Then if they don't love it, then if your staff don't love it, your guests will unsatisfied. You will get bad reviews. That's the main thing. So initially I will say that we are exploiting the use of user interface to the fullest. A visual human interface can possibly connect multiple data points, how the user is going to interact with you, how the user is going to get their services, if there is a small things. Because every time, like I have one of the feature in my camera where I cover my dial up and down, and that dial will sometimes it vibrate. Okay, and that vibration feeds me. Okay, कुछ हो रहा है, ठीक है. Human interaction. That's we call human interaction. Whenever something change, if you ever use Apple, the wallpaper, if in the morning it will be different, in the evening it will be different. It change with the time. It change, like it's a human interaction. That's the focus on. Every product has their own souls in there, but right now people focus on functionality, like not focus on the souls of the things. Is to put a soul or not? They just like okay, बना दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बना दो, चल जाएगा, बिक जाएगा. लेकिन it's not like this. चल जाएगा, बिक जाएगा, लेकिन एक और डिस्ट्रप्टर आएगा, फिर वो आपको डिस्टर्ब कर देगा, क्योंकि वो बोलेगा सर मैं आपको कुछ लेस में दे दूंगा। तो ये इंडस्ट्री ऐसे चल रही है। यहाँ पर अभी बहुत सारे कोई बिग जाइंट्स नहीं है जो अंडरस्टैंड कर पा रहे हैं कि एग्जैक्टली हाउ थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू बी वर्कआउट इन फ्यूचर। So our main functionality, I will say, like we are totally focusing on the human interfaces and technologies too, like fully fledged technologies, and parallelly working with them so that we can do lot of things. But in hotels, I will say that we are right now like in hotels. If you ever get into a hotel, if you ever book a hotel from anywhere in this like. Oyo. If you ever book the Oyo, there is a Oyo app. But in 5-star hotels, in luxury hotels, in premium hotels, there is no app. And if I say like if I am going to make a smart hotel, the smart hotel contain a lot of things, like you can automate your lights, you can automate your voice control your lights, you can voice control your housekeeping services, you can voice control a lot of things. But if I give you an app, there will be a big possibility, there will be a big downwards. So nobody is going to download the app. अगर आप हर बार एक नए कस्टमर को रोज, अगर मेरा 50 रूम है तो मेरे पास रोज नए 50 कस्टमर आएंगे। मैं 50 कस्टमर को बोलूँ सर मेरा ऐप डाउनलोड कीजिए 10 MB का, इससे आप चीजें हैंडल कर सकते हो। नोबडी गेट वांट टू इनटू दैट सिचुएशन। कोई नहीं चाहता कि यार मैं 10 MB के ऐप डाउनलोड करूँ, फिर रूम के अंदर जाऊँ, चीजें करूँ। बोला सॉरी, आई विल नॉट, बिकॉज दिस वर्ल्ड इज ऑलरेडी फिल्ड विद लॉट ऑफ एप्स. So what we have done for hotels, right? We work on a progressive application that nobody have to download the app. So they just have to click on the web link and it automatically add to the home screen and it work like app. It's a website based. And everything like from down to housekeeping, you will order initials that you needed. You can order food, you can order room cleaning services, everything, booking a spa, to book a taxi for the nearby location. Even we also focus on the brands that we are working with. So we indulge with the brand, work around the brand and think like this key, how we can resonate that app to a brand. So we work with the brands, like what are the persona of that particular brand, personify that brand in their app too. So put something about hotel and put a nearby location so that customer don't have to ask on the reception that these are घूमने की कौन सी जगह है. You just have to click and find. We have already worked with TripAdvisor, so there is a wizard. You click it out and find a location, book a taxi if you need it with the hotels, and enjoy it. So the app has all the functionalities that you need it when you are sitting in a hotel, and it's work totally locally. You don't need a internet. If you are sitting in a same network, if you are sitting in a hotel, you don't need internet.
Exactly. It's a lot of cool things that you have been working on. So
yeah, well, from last 1 year we are like we first get on the facts, then research, then talk to experts, then talk to key players. Then I personally been on lot of panelists where I understand what are the right now needs, what are the future needs. Then me and my co-founder have a different jobs. Like Deepak have a product development job, and I have a financials and sales dense jobs. Like how to handle the whole thing, like corporate relationships, how to handle the things that I already told you about. There's a different job. I will not get into his part and he will not get into my part. But at the end of the day, we discussed that these are the things that I have discovered today. And he tell me that these are the things that me and my team are working on it. So at the end of the day, we confirm things that we are on the same page or not. And this is the main thing. That when you have two co-founders, and you have to understand that are you on the same page or not, and understanding a lot of things, because industry is changing, even lot of players are getting into the same industry. Then you have to understand it, that corporate relations must be down there, that you are working with them. You have understand that कि कौन सा नया प्लेयर कौन सी नई टेक्नोलॉजी लेके आया है, क्या तुम्हें टेक्नोलॉजी से पार्टनरशिप करनी है, उस फीचर को ऐड करना है कि नहीं करना है, इज इट इनिशियली फॉर राइट नाउ और जरूरत नहीं है. जैसे बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप हैं, हमने बहुत सारे हॉस्पिटलिटी स्टार्टअप देखे यूरोप के भी, आई विल से एशिया पैसिफिक में बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप है, यूरोप में बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप है जो बहुत सारी टेक्नोलॉजी पे काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगा कि मुझे उनके साथ पार्टनरशिप करनी चाहिए। कुछ के साथ लगा पार्टनरशिप करनी चाहिए, लेकिन कुछ के साथ नहीं लगा, क्योंकि मुझे लगा कि दे आर वर्किंग व्हाट दे आर वर्किंग, their conversion rates are like 10.8 or 20 or 12, 15. But I want to work on a conversion rate of 80 or 90%, where I can retain the customer and get, I can add up value to hotel in revenue too. To add, I can increase the add-on bill value for the hotels. So that's a main push. If you, because responsibilities are like when you complete your responsibility, you will get paid. But responsibilities are not about you just give something to hotels. You have to work like this. Ki what are the benefits of hotel too? So the Parallel is totally driven. But in last 1 year, from 4 to offices to panelists to many interviews, we have learned a lot of things. That I can say.
Cool. With all of those learnings,
A lot around.
yeah, with all of those learnings, can
All
you
of learnings are pays off. Definitely, I will say pays. I paid a lot of time. Many times I have sitted with lot of people. I have sitted with lot of co-founders to the lot of companies, like the lot of companies, and they want to work with us. They want to work. They are like. I even work with. I will not say the name, but there's a guy in Oyo. He handles whole Europe, and he want to also work with us when he sees our things. And there is a co-founder of a company, of IoT company, and he also wants to work with us. There are a lot of other people who have gone through MBAs, toppers, gold medalists. When we talk about the values of visions that we have right now in our company, that we have learned from last 1 year, they also want to work with us. So this is the magic that that keep me willing, that let's push another brick, let's push another step, let's take another step and do something big every day. Because startup is not easy to play around.
So with all of those learnings, can you put forward one advice to all those fellow entrepreneurs over there so that it would be helpful for them?
Balaji, it's a lot of things I can put, but I will say that one or two things I will surely complete it like in 1 or 2 minutes. I will say, like, first, get the facts. That's important. Whenever you are trying to do something in your life, whenever you are trying to do not even a startup, even a company, joining a college, get on the facts. Is it really workable, willable to give you? And from research to talking to people, experts, key players in your industry that you're getting into, make sure that you have a real and complete view of what it will take to launch your business, and then after be successful. Because most of them don't. Like, even I can't say that I will be, because right now I'm working hard. And most entrepreneurs fall with the idea of reality and details to be damned. But that set up a lot of suffering and sacrifice later, like which will be avoided with the information plan from the start. Like a lot of things, like even me and my co-founder sometimes like this, yeah, we love this thing, we want to do this thing, but the scenario you have, the founders are like, the founders love their product, the founders love many things, but they have to give away some things. They have to go, let them go. Sometimes we have to, like this situation, we have to let them go many of our features, many of our products, many of our thinking, innovations. We have to rethink that how to at the low cost, low cash burning, we have to make something more innovative. So these are the things. Secondly, considering, I will say, find the best co-founder, or consider a business partner, you can say. Okay, because it's important. It's important to find another co-founder, so that he will tell you or she will tell you that नहीं, अभी ये नहीं करना है, stick to our business plan. Because when you are only one, you will take like lot of hell of decisions. Because nobody is going to stop you here. Nobody is going to take you down. कि ये नहीं करना. But when you have a co-founder and a co-business partner, or someone who will take care of a lot of responsibility in your company. He will tell you, "नहीं sir, ये नहीं कर सकते अभी. This is not possible." There are a lot of startups where they have two founders, three founders, and it's important. It's important because both have different strengths.
Exactly.
Both founders have different strengths, and they will not burden on somebody. Even over here, they will be overwhelmed with each other. They will not have a relationship. When they, like many founders start with their friend, ये मेरा friend है, मैंने शायद friendship के साथ start किया, वो चलता है. Like me and Deepak, we are not even friends.
If you loved this episode of Success Decoded, we would love for you to subscribe and share it with other fellow entrepreneurs and support them. As it doesn't cost you anything extra to subscribe, in return, you won't miss the awesome episodes that are lined up for you. Also, don't forget to join our entrepreneurs community of over 1 million plus entrepreneurs from all across the globe. You can find the link in the show notes below. Until next time, keep hustling, keep getting better, and this is Balaji signing off on Success Decoded.